Hello, this is Pam. Today I am going to show you how to make a cute milk carton gift box. And it opens up and it's pretty deep inside. I'll stick my whole hand down in there and close it up. You just pinch it, push down, and you can put a closure on it. I just have a little clothespin. And the dimensions of this one is just about 5 1/4 inches, and for like your gift area, almost 3 1/2, and it's 2 3/8 square. And it has a solid bottom. I have used cardstock to make this box. You can use a designer series paper or designer paper that is a little thicker. I just like the weight of the cardstock. It makes it feel more like an actual milk carton. I've made many sizes of these over the years of paper crafting, but this particular one uses a full sheet 8 1/2 by 11 piece of cardstock. I am going to do it in a different color and different papers, just to give you a little bit of variation. So, to get started, you need a scoreboard of some sort, or a paper trimmer that you can use the scoring on. So, put your paper with the 11-inch length at the top, and we're going to start scoring at 2 5/8, 2 5/8, 5 1/4, 7 7/8, and 10 1/2. And rotate your cardstock to the short side, 8 1/2 by 11. And we're going to score again 2 5/8. And 6 inches. And for the last measurement, we're going to take the cardstock and flip it completely over this way. And we're going to score at 7 1/2. And the reason why we're scoring it opposite of the others is because of the top. All of the other score lines are folded, will get folded this way, and this one is going to go the opposite. So it's just as easy to do it at the beginning to score it in the opposite direction. So that is all of the scoring done. And this short piece there is going to be where we're going to join it. So we can start by reinforcing all of our score lines, and you can go all the way to the top, even though this is going to get flipped the other way. That will be fine. And this little one can be a little stiff at first because we are using cardstock, or I am using cardstock. It's pretty small, but we're going to be cutting this bottom one here off. And we'll do these two. And then again for the top one, we can go ahead and fold that one the opposite way. just like that. Now we can go ahead and cut this, or we need to score some lines inside to make this fold. It's way easier to score it than to try to not score it and fold this, because it just buckles and it'll create kind of a mess. But what I do is the seam here is going to be this smooth side here without the little flap. So you know that's your back. And then the front and the back. So your two side pieces are the ones that are going to need the scores. So again, if you're flush edge, you can follow to the back. You can fold it together to kind of get the idea of which is the front and the back. So this is your back. So you know that these two pieces are going to need the scores. So I am just going to take a ruler and the scoring tool, and I am just going to kind of eyeball where the center of that is. If you want, and just make a little mark. If you want a measurement, it's like where's my, I can't really remember. It's something 16ths, and I don't really do 16ths. 1 5/16 approximately. So we want to come to this corner, to the mark, and score. And we're going to make a triangle. This corner to the mark. Just like that. Looks like a little house. And from this point, we need to make a mark going straight up. You can do this in your trimmer or scoring tool if you'd like. Just like that. And this is going to be the other side. So skip one, come over, do the same thing. Make a little mark where your center. Come down to this corner. Meet up to that. And I'm pushing down on that pretty hard because I don't have any cushion underneath of here. We're not really gonna crease that. It's just when you fold this together, it will kind of just pop itself in place. And again, straight up. Just like that. All right, so for cutting, we can totally get rid of this rectangle. This is the bottom, we don't need that. So straight. And then straight up all of these. I am not going to notch these. Usually I will take a little notch out of it. Don't need to do that on this one. All the way up to this score line. This is the bottom, or the base. And just like that, that is what your box should look like so far. Now, if you want to stamp on this, you can do it now instead of putting paper on it. I'm going to use designer paper, and I've already cut my pieces out. They measure 2 3/8 by 3 1/8. So that gives you a little border all the way around. And I want this piece on the front, so I know this is my back, this is my front, and these two other pieces doesn't really matter where you put them at. These are just going to be your side pieces. Again, if you don't want one on the back or sides, that is fine. And I'm just going to use my tape runner. This one's very old, so make sure that there's tape on it. You can use glue, whatever you have, and leave yourself an even border as much as you can around there. Just like that. It's way easier to put these pieces on before you have your box assembled. That way you're not pushing down on the centers of these once it's put together. And this paper is long retired from Stampin' Up, but I still have lots. And this cardstock is also Stampin' Up. I don't know what I got in there. This is Coastal Cabana. I think that's still current. I've been kind of out of the current crafting game for a while. I have bought some stamps, but I haven't bought any papers for quite some time because I have so much. And one more. All right, now we're ready to assemble. I am going to cut a little tiny bit off of this corner. Not really necessary, just in case it decides to stick up at the top. So now we need adhesive along this little flap. You can use glue just for speed of the video and get that glue off of there. I'm just going to use a tape runner. So we can fold this in and then take this side and it'll meet right up to the edge. Just like that. Now, since we have this seam here, this is our back. And I'll hold it up first. I'm going to fold this. It doesn't really matter, I suppose, on these. As long as you have the front, I like to have the front smooth instead of having the front with the seam. But either way, it's fine. But I would like to have adhesive, these two pieces stuck together, and then this one stuck and this one stuck. So if you put something of weight inside your box, you can assure that the bottom's not going to give out. And make sure that's even. You can set your box up this way. That way it's square. So again, this is the front. So we'll fold this one, then this one. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on this one and a little bit of adhesive on that one. Just to ensure whatever goes inside doesn't just come out the bottom. And you can use, again, liquid glue if you'd like. So, back and front. And you can flip that over and put something down in there and push down to get all your pieces stuck together. All right, so for our side pieces, you can just push in a little bit at these scores and give it a pinch, and it will naturally want to kind of suck itself down inside, and it will stay there most of the time. And just like that, that is the milk carton finished. Now I have some of these clips. I don't know if I'm going to use silver or gold, just to keep that closed, or you could use a decorative paper clip or binder clip, whatever you have. Well, if I want gold or silver, I might use gold since this has a little bit of brown in the papers, just like that. And to decorate it on this one, where's my clip? I made a little banner with some of the cardstock, and I dug out a little button, put some twine on it that kind of matched this paper. This paper is also retired. It's from CC Designs. It was a 6x6 cardstock pack. This is the papers that I'm using on the box that I just made. I love these colors together. But I think I will use, I think I'm going to make 2 banners. Let's see. I'll use the red. They're double-sided too. I think I will use 2. Guess it doesn't really matter which one I use. I don't want to use the same one on that. I guess I could use this one and that one. Put the red one on the top. Let's see. Let's trim those down. Make one bigger than the other. What's on the back of that one? I like this red. So maybe, I don't know, 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, something like that. And trim that down. Maybe like 2 1/4 inches, maybe. That's too long. Let's just make it 3 inches. 3 inches. Doesn't matter if it hangs off the edge. And to get the little tail, come in from the center, each corner, and you get a little fish tail, just like that. I think I have a punch actually that does that, but this will work just fine. Oh, do I want? Let's go with the tan. I know that paper's going the wrong direction, but that's fine. And we'll just cut us. I think I'll make that one a little skinnier. So this one's going to be, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch maybe. And my paper trimmer. We could make that one. Let's do it a little shorter. I'm just going to cut that down a little shorter. And again, make your fish tail. Just cut in, I don't know, maybe 1/4 of an inch. The deeper that you cut in straight, the deeper that your little fish tail is going to be. Yeah, that looks good. Just a little decorative accent for the top. You can put ribbons on here. If you stamped all over it, you would have stamping probably up there. that. And the other one, and I have picked some buttons out. I have quite a few buttons. Let's get that a little more in the center. There we go. Let's see, buttons. I have gold and red. That might look nice. There's a red one. Because on the front, I am going to still use the hearts. I have already die cut them. Here. So, that might be too much red. I kind of like the gold one. So, I have some twine I've had for a long, long time. I used to put twine on like every card I made. It's coming apart. I still like twine. And they're great for buttons. So I'm just going to go through the diagonal. Since this button is flat, it doesn't matter which side I start with. If I use like this button here, I would start on the back since this has a decorative front. So pull it through. It's coming apart. There. Pull it through to the front, and then I just tie a knot. Double knot, or whatever that is called. Just knot it. That's what I call it. Just knot it. And then take the ends, and I just cut them a little shorter. Grab a hold of it well. And then I like to fray the ends, so I just kind of untwist it a little bit if I can get my fingers in there. There, that's good. Done with that. I also had some tan that kind of matched if I was going to use the red button, but that's good for that. And since this is a large piece, I think that's what is this? Nope, those are my glue dots. Yes, this is it's hard to see, but these are squares. It's the same as a glue dot, and they're just flat. And they're square. But it acts just the same. Can't probably see that on there, but it looks good. And you can open it up too and push all those down. Yeah, almost done. Now, like I said, for the front, I have already die cut the hearts. They're the same ones that are on this one. And I'm going to put them on exactly the same way. So we can go ahead and put this one on. These dies, I don't know the name of them, where they're from. But it was like a multi-layering set. Just adhere that. Now, I am going to stamp the same sentiment because I think that's so cute. I looked through my stamps yesterday to see what sentiment I wanted to put on there, and I found this one. I heart you so much. It's so cute. This is a stamp set from Your Next Stamp. Little hamsters and stuff. But I like that, so I'm going to stamp that. I haven't stamped it yet. Get some stuff out the way. And I'm going to stamp it right on the heart. So my sticky mat's not getting quite as sticky anymore. I like these mats, but I think I have a tendency to clean them too much. And when that happens, the sticky rubs off. So then you're left with just a piece of plastic. So I think I clean it way too much. But it's all right. So I'm just going to center that as best as I can. Let's see. That looks pretty good. Oh, look at that. See, I told you my sticky mat's not so sticky. It's pretty sticky up here. Let's go with that. Hopefully that will stick. I either need a new one or I need to get the that mat that looks like a big stamp that fits into your stamping tool. That looks pretty good. All right. No. Oh, I'm having issues. Why don't we just do this? So I don't have to measure it anymore. I'm just going to put it in the corner. So if my stamp lifts it up again, I'll just stick my heart right in the corner. It's a little crooked, but I don't care. See? Oh well. I probably could have just used a stamp block and it would have taken me a lot less time. But just in case this didn't stamp right the first time, is the only reason why I'm using this. Alright, this is my, in case you're wondering, this is my homemade little stamp pad. I had the Real Red, Stampin' Up! Real Red ink pad that looks similar to these. It was the old ones. I threw it away because it was just turning brown and it was just getting kind of grody. So I glued a piece of Ranger's felt. It comes in a big 8.5 by 11 sheet, and you can cut it up to make like your own ink pad. And then I just used this little plastic case, and it works all right because I have the re-inker. I don't have an ink pad, so I'm up in the air with the whole foam ink pads. I'm old school. I like the felt personally. The foam, I don't know. I stamp too hard. It fills in like, I would have that O like a solid red because the foam is so soft. I just can't get used to that. So I prefer a felt pad myself. There, that's good. So I made my own. I did, however, purchase, let me see if I can get one without dropping everything. And they're dusty. I bought these. It's not even out of the wrapper. These Ranger ink pads are just like these. They're the same felt pad that you can put whatever you want in it. If you want to put, 2 or 3 colors in it, you can. I just haven't gotten to that. I might just make one of these the red ones because, again, I am a felt pad, ink pad person. All right, let's get that off there. Done with that. And again, I am going to pop that up. I just have some foam. I don't know what brand this is, but it's just a big roll of foam. I have a few different widths of foam or squares. I have all kinds. So just use whatever you have. This side's going to hang off a little bit of the box, so I'm just going to leave that. It's fine that it's not all the way to the edge. And take the paper off. If you can't get it with your fingers, you can use your little piercer tool. I don't know if I can get in there or not. Yep, that works pretty good. I think I can just peel it off with my fingers. Maybe. There we go. All right, and I'm just going to offset that a little bit. I want the heart showing, so I'm not going to cover that up. Push down from the inside. And that is our milk carton box. So cute. I love the milk cartons. I don't know why. I guess it reminds me of the little milk cartons, you know, you got when you were a kid. They're cute. So I hope you give these a try. I might come back and do a little, I've made ones all the way down to this big, very tiny. I just want to say thank you for all of my new subscribers to my channel. I appreciate you. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.